Barbara Boxer, we thank you for your leadership. We thank you for all the work that you have done for the state of California. But we particularly thank you for the leadership that you have provided on this project, and that's why we're going to make sure you stay in Washington. Mr. Mayor, thank you for having the foresight and the wisdom to think of ways to expedite this project so that we could indeed get the jobs and concentrate it in a period of time that would stimulate the economy and expand development. It took a lot of thought and a lot of wisdom to get this done. Give him a big round of applause. I'd like to thank all of my colleagues, the members of Congress, for the work that we have done. Each year we're responsible for reauthorization for transportation projects all over this country. We don't oftentimes know where our money is going or whether or not the work that we've put into making sure that we place the money where it will be available to these cities and counties. But this is a fine example of why it's so important for us to be focused on transportation. Give the members of Congress a big round of applause. Assistant Secretary Knetz, we want to thank you for coming, but more than that, we want to thank you for bringing some money with you. $546 million make you very welcome in this community. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, again, whether we're talking about the work that we do in Washington, D.C., or the support for something like Measure R that we were all involved in, making sure that it got passed. It is extremely important for our constituents and the citizens to know that all that we advise them to do, to vote for something like Measure R, to support us in our work in Washington, D.C., that it will realize real gains and real things happening in these communities. This is a fine example of that. This corridor, this Crenshaw to LAX corridor, is extremely important, and I share it with Diane Watson. And I want you to know, Diane talked about this being the center of kind of the city and our community. Mark Ridley Thomas, who had the responsibility for making sure that this could get done, and Measure R was on the ballot and all of that. It is important. Right to the right of us, you have a community of small businesses. Most of them are Afrocentric, who have been struggling for years to be successful. They just hang on. Do you realize what this project is going to do to spur business development for this community? Right across the street, you have one of our business persons who puts a lot back into the community, Danny Bakewell, who owns that building that rents to the bank. And I want to tell you something. That building has to stay occupied. It will stay occupied if this is a viable community. You can't have a viable community without good transportation. So Danny Bakewell will stay there. Right across the street, you have Tavis Smiley, who's one of the most fabulous talk show hosts in the nation, who refused to move, but decided he was going to stay here because he wants to add to this community. All up and down this corridor, you have struggling businesses who are just hanging on. Just think what this is going to do in this corridor, and I want you to know Bishop Blake is going to be very, very happy. He's got that huge church down there, and if his parishioners can't get there, and if it's not convenient for them, they won't come. So this is going to be very, very, very helpful for all of us. And of course, I represent LAX. And taking us on to the second project out to LAX is going to make all of my communities of Westchester and that South Bay extremely important. We have Inglewood, we have Lawndale, we have Gardena and Hawthorne, and all of Westchester with Flower Vista, all in my district who will benefit from these projects. So I'm very pleased, very happy today. And I think when we say to the young people here, we're going to create some jobs, some real jobs that you can look forward to. It makes us more dedicated to the proposition that what we do is important. Thank you all very much. This is a wonderful day.